Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We want to make bread.
Okay, so to make bread you will need flour, and for this I'm using all-purpose flour, not self-raising. Then this is melted butter, this is sugar, salt, yeast, and then milk. Now for the milk and for the melted butter, you can use margarine by the way if you do not have butter. Make sure they are warm, not hot. If they are too hot, they're going to kill the yeast, so the dough will not rise. So I've already sifted the flour. Yeah, so I'm going to pour the sugar. We're using instant yeast, so no need for you to let it grow fast before using. And the salt. If you're using salted butter, then skip the salt. Yeah, then I'm going to mix this. You can do this process in the mixer, but for purposes of those who do not have a mixer, I like simplifying recipes so that people don't get discouraged to try them. So I'm just going to use my hand. Then we're going to make a well at the center and pour our butter in. Then our milk. The ingredients, the exact measurements of the ingredients, I'm going to put them in the description box, so don't worry about that. And for the milk, I'm adding a little at a time because sometimes you might not need to use all of it. So as long as you have a dough that's soft, so I'm going to knead this and see if I need more milk. Don't go. So bread, yeast products require a lot of kneading for the texture for you to have a good texture. So transfer this on my work surface and I'm going to knead this for about 10 minutes. So just lightly dust your surface and knead. Knead until you get a dough that's smooth, but it should be soft, not sticky. Yeah, so your dough shouldn't be hard. Yeah, so we're going to put this back into our bowl and let it proof, which is basically letting it rise and double in size before we knock it back and now shape it and put it in the bread in the loaf tin. So this process takes about 1 hour, depending on how warm or how cold your kitchen is. So I'm just going to cover this with cling film, or you can put a cloth. Just make sure that when you're covering with cling film, you don't put it directly on the dough, so that you give it space for it to double in size. Yeah, so we'll come back after an hour. So after about an hour, as you can see, our dough has doubled in size. So I'm going to remove it and deflate it. And knead a bit. So after kneading, since I've used this recipe before, it's about 862 grams of dough, which is too much for my tin. The only thing I've done with this tin is grease it with margarine, or you can use even oil. Yeah, so I'm going to reduce the dough a bit to, let's say, 500. Which is fine. And we'll make this dough into the shape of like a log. It will be the same length as our tin. And then on this smooth side, don't want these creases.